everyone, my name is Ricky. I'm a Skills Future Advice Officer from e2i. So in fact, I'm not alone here today. Together with me are my team, 4 of them, and they are actually the gentleman in white and also the lady in red. So right now, what I would actually like you to do, take the first 3 minutes to do this for yourself, which is to download this app called e2i Applied Science. Okay, so this is actually a learning mobile platform, and it's actually available on your Play Store or your Google Play. Okay, so you can just go to your Play Store or Google Play and type e2i Applied Science and download this app. Okay, later I'm going to introduce to you more about this app, and also one thing is I want you to walk away with some perks at the end of the day. Okay, if you actually download the app and actually register for an account. Okay, so if you actually need help with downloading or registering for an account, please raise your hands. My colleague will be there to actually help you out. Okay, it will be easier for you to go to your App Store or Google Play Store to actually download the app. Okay, instead of scanning the QR code, because that will actually lead you to the website. So it's an additional step for you. Okay, so as you download the app and register for an account, then I will proceed to share more about what Skills Future is. Okay, so this is just a quick sharing or introduction of what Skills Future is all about, and actually what are some of the resources available for you as individuals, as Singaporeans, as PR, and what are some of the resources you can tap on to actually for your career and skills development. Okay, so just keep an open mind for this entire sharing. Okay, and these are some of the things which we are actually going to cover today. So what are some of the new work changes on the ground, and how can Skills Future actually help you? Basically, what are some of the resources available for you to tap on? Okay, so technology and new work changes. So the future of jobs. Basically, this is an article which we actually extract from Straits Times last year, December, which actually talks about the jobs of Singapore, okay, in future. So just a quick summary. In fact, from this article, it actually states that by 2030, 24% of our job will be displaced. But the thing is, do we even need to wait until 2030? Is it already happening on the ground? Yes? Okay, I believe in the past few years you will have experienced, okay, like taxi, we actually have Uber and Grab that actually comes into play, which actually affects taxi. And does anyone not haven't taken Grab before? I believe most of you would, right? Okay, so how about our retail? Do you all still buy things from the retail shops, or you actually buy things online? So if you do, why do you buy online? Well, chances is because it's more convenient and there's more choices. And it's also probably cheaper as well, correct? And online bookings, or booking for your tour packages, do you all still go to the tour agencies to book your tickets, your tour packages, or do you actually do it online? I believe most of you will have tried online booking as well, right? And so why do you all do that? Probably it's because it's more convenient, the price, there's more choices, and it's also cheaper as well. Okay? So it's not just these industries that are actually being affected, okay? But in fact, other professional industries like medicals is also not spared. Not sure if you're aware, in fact, these days, if you want to consult a doctor, you don't even need to leave your house. You can actually see a doctor from the comfort of your home, as long as you have an internet connection and you have a webcam. Okay, and in the hospitals, in fact, these days they are also implementing robots to support them in their surgeries. Okay, imagine if a complicated operation that requires them to perform 24 hours, would human beings have that kind of energy or stamina to do that? They may not. So that's why they actually implement robots to supplement the way they do things. Okay, so overall, you see, there are a lot of changes that's actually happening in all industries, and most of it are actually impacted by technology. And with all this technology being introduced, how is it actually affecting our lives or our work? Okay, inevitably, of course, things will change. Okay, the way we work, or some jobs may even be lost. But at the same time, new opportunities will also be created. So, just like you to think about, what about your industry? What about your workplace? what are some of the changes that's actually happening in the sports industry? For example, are your trainees needs still the same as before? In the past, I believe it's very instructional. Yes, I used to be a trainee as well. Okay, I just follow instructions, orders from my coaches and just do it. Ask me to run 10 rounds, I'll just run 10 rounds. But these days, does your trainee still do that? Would they reason with you? Would they question you? Will they even follow your instructions? Okay, so and are there any technologies out there that can actually improve the way you work? Okay, the way you coach your coaches, or actually improve their performance. And if there is, are there additional skills or knowledge that you need? And are there additional skills that you actually need to actually help you to become a better coach? Right, that's the theme about this event, coaching better. So how can you actually become a better coach? Okay, so that's what SkillsFuture is all about. Okay, so I believe these are some of the things we have been seeing in the market. Okay, like how people are using science, using technology to improve the athletes' performance and so on. In fact, just this year World Cup, they actually introduced something new, right? The VR monitor to actually target on the referee whether are they making a good decision or bad decision. Yes? Okay? So with that, I'm just going to show you a short clip where, in fact, we do have our locals who are actually embracing technology to improve the performance of their athletes as well. Oops, sorry. Okay, so this is something that's been introduced in our local national team. Okay, and probably something for you to think about, especially if you're actually looking to improve the performance of your athletes or your trainees. Okay, so why is there a need for SkillsFuture? Well, because of all this technology advancement, it's actually changing our employment landscape. Okay, and that's why SkillsFuture is actually here to help you to relook into your career and skills planning. So how can SkillsFuture actually help you? But first, what is SkillsFuture? So in a summary, it actually just means those three things. It's about embracing lifelong learning. Okay, learning never stops. The more you learn, the more you grow. It's about upgrading your skills so that you can do your job better. And it's also about learning new skills so that you can take on other opportunities. And it's also about career planning. How do you want to grow and progress in your career? Maybe at this point, for you, perhaps you're actually coaching swimming. Maybe at some point in time you want to try something different. You want to try another sport. So you probably need to think, do I have the relevant skills and knowledge to do that? Right? Okay, so you probably need some planning before. So regardless of which stage you are in life, SkillsFuture will have some programs available for you. Okay? So just to check, does everyone have the resources that's been handed out to you? Okay? So we actually hand you this flyer over here, our brochure, which actually shows the roadmap at different stages what programs you're actually eligible for. So each program is titled and there's a short write-up description and also a website link. So you as a working adult, probably the orange section will be more relevant for you. So during your free time, you can actually read about it, and if you're actually interested of that particular program, you can actually go to the website to find out more. Some of these programs actually includes like grants and subsidies to actually help defray the training costs for you to actually take up a program. Okay? And next I want to share is this resource called, or rather this website called My SkillsFuture Portal, which is a new portal developed by the government, where it's a one-stop shop which you can use to look for jobs, relevant training programs, industry information, find out articles, related articles about employment, okay, and so on and so forth. Okay, so this is the website. It's basically called www.myskillsfuture.sg. So if you cannot remember the website, don't worry. Just go to your search engine or Google My Skills Future. It should probably turn out as the first few search. Okay, so this is how the My Skills Future interface actually looks like, and this is where you can find the main features. So if you want to find what are some of the resources available for working adults, you can actually click at the second tab there as well. So basically, these are the main features of the portal. So Training Exchange is actually a course directory where all the courses listed inside are all eligible for you to use your Skills Future $500 to claim for the course. Then Self-Assessment Tool is a profiling tool for you to find out more about yourself. Okay. Then Industry Insights, you can find key information about your industry or other industry which you are interested in. Career Resources, like mentioned, all these are all articles related to employment. Okay, how do I actually write a resume, handle interviews, or maybe for your instance, maybe how do I write a profile. Okay, so you all can probably look up there. Okay, for individuals to look for jobs and for employers to post jobs. Okay, so these are some of the features on the portal which I won't be going through in depth, but we do have monthly Skills Future workshop sessions with Sports SG, where we actually do more activities with you. Okay, for example, like profiling to help you to better understand yourself, and go through more resources with you to help you better understand how can you actually tap on all these resources for your development. Okay, so do keep a lookout for their notice, okay, their monthly notice, so that you can actually sign up for those sessions. Next, I want to talk about will be this Skills Future credit. I believe all Singaporeans, you all should be familiar with this. Have you all received your $500? No. Okay, so well, you may not have received the $500 probably because you are not part of that certain category which I'm going to talk about right now. Okay, so first thing, why the government actually give us this Skills Future credit $500? Well, one thing, of course, is actually to help kickstart our learning and also for you to take ownership of your own development. Okay, especially if you're actually self-employed or freelance. Okay, the more you need to actually take charge of your own development. And next, some of you that may not have received this $500 probably because you're not a Singaporean or you're not 25 years old yet. Okay, if you are 24 this year, when you reach 25, you will eventually get the $500. Okay, and one thing to take note, this amount of money that's given to you, it's not transferable to your spouse, your children, or your siblings, okay, or even your parents. It's purely meant for your own development. And next, of course, currently the disbursement is only $500, okay, at this point. And where can you use this $500? Basically, you can use it at My Skills Future, the portal, under Training Exchange, where the course directory, all the courses listed inside are all eligible for you to use your credits to claim. And lastly, you will actually need your SingPass to log in to file for the claim. Okay. If you actually have you actually have some questions on this, do feel free to actually drop by the ULIT booth later. I'll be there for some time. Okay. Over there, I can actually address your questions. Next, I want to talk about this ULIT platform, which I actually get all of you to download. Has everyone downloaded it yet? Okay, have you registered an account? Okay, so ULIT is basically a mobile app. It's a mobile learning platform. Okay, so just want to check. So what is one challenge you face when it comes to learning as a working adult? Or you all don't face any challenge? Yeah, time. Thank you. Okay, so in fact, that's what we get most of the time. One challenge that we face is we don't have time. Yes, because we all have our commitments. We have to work. We have to take care of our family. We don't have time to go for learning. So that's where e2i actually realized this problem. And that's where they actually came up with this platform, so that you can actually learn new skills, new information on the go. Okay. So I'm going to share with you a video clip, okay, to introduce you to this platform. So basically that's what ULIP is all about. It's basically helping you to actually learn new information, new skills on the go. So through micro learning, bite-sized learning, where you can actually learn information through short video clips, multimedias, quizzes, games, short write-ups, and so on. Okay? And which is also created to actually address the challenge which you as a working adult face, which is no time. Okay, so it comes in bite size, and it stays up to date on trending issues. Basically, most of the topics you see inside ULIP, currently there's more than 40 over topics, and most of the topics you see inside are all the trending topics. And there's also a forum-like features inside where, let's say if you actually face problems of issues at work and you actually need some recommendation or suggestions, you can actually post your questions in the forum, and professionals who are actually participating on the platform, when they see your questions, they can actually provide their comments, their suggestions and recommendations as well. So this is how the platform actually looks like. So you can basically track what are some of the modules that you have completed and have not. Okay? And for those of you who have not downloaded, so we actually encourage you to download it, okay, and register for account. And to register account, if you have a Facebook, you actually use your Facebook account to register, or LinkedIn account to register. If not, you actually need to use your email address to actually register for account. So currently, these are the topics that are in ULIP, and for each particular topic, constantly the provider will actually be updating new information into the topic so that you can constantly return to the topic to find out what are some of the new updates. And in fact, there's one topic, sports and fitness, which is actually created by Sports SG themselves. Okay, so for today, if you actually download the ULIP app, register account, and actually complete some of the modules that were actually created by Sports SG, you will actually be able to earn yourself one CCE hours, and also get a voucher which you can actually claim at the ULIP booth outside. Okay, so this is the perks I hope you can actually walk away with by the end of the day. Okay, and constantly Sports SG will continue to actually put in more modules into this platform. So do constantly go back to the platform to check out what are some of the new updates or new things which they actually inserted. Okay. Okay. With that, I actually end my presentation. And if you actually like to find out more about what SkillsFuture is, like I mentioned, we do have monthly regular SkillsFuture workshops with Sports SG, and do keep up for their notification. So if you are interested, you can actually sign up and join us for the next session. And with that, I end my presentation, and I will actually need your help to actually provide us with a feedback. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Ricky. I think you see that there are lots of things that they're trying to do, and please go into the website and explore the things that they have for you, and some of it are really funding to help you get better. Yeah. Our next speaker is actually someone from something that's going to be related to us, and that's the National Instructors and Coaches Association. So can I now invite Charlton? Charlton, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Charlton from NICA, the newly formed NICA. Oh, you can, yeah.
Okay, thank you, Azhar. And I would like to take this opportunity to thank Coach SG for allowing us these next 15 minutes to share a little bit about the new National Instructors and Coaches Association. Okay, so this is something that we like to share, and we would like to have the support of all of you right here by joining us, okay? So it is a new National Instructors and Coaches Association, short for NICA. So if you see in the slides, this is our logo. Earlier this year, in August, NTUC announced the formation of this new NICA formation. It was publicized in China News Asia as well as in the Straits Times. Actually, it's in the Chinese media as well, but these are the two that I put in the slides. So you may ask, who can join NICA? So NICA is open to all instructors and coaches. All right, instructors and coaches and educators who are in sports, visual and performing arts, as well as fitness and wellness industries. So we are really targeting coaches and instructors. So not really the professional dancers or the professional athletes if they are not coaching. We really want coaches and instructors to join us. So I think at this point in time, I have with me, I think Tommy. I didn't prep him. Maybe Tommy can stand. Tommy is our pro-tem leader. He is a strength and conditioning coach. Okay, so he's not a sports coach. He's actually in the fitness and wellness industry doing strength and conditioning. He's here to lend his support as we seek all of your support for NICA. So you may be wondering, so thank you, Tommy. So if you all need any strength and conditioning tips, you all can go to him later. So you may be asking, why? Why do we want to include people from the fitness and wellness, as well as the people in the visual and performing arts in this association? Well, because we want to be a strong and collective voice for this group of workers. And these three groups of workers have something in common. The thing we have in common is that we have common big service buyers. All right? So we have common service buyers that procure services from coaches, sports and wellness, as well as people from the visual and performing arts. That's one. And we do have common issues. And if we have common service buyers and common issues, why not come together so that we can be a more effective voice for the workers, for all of us? So you may ask, what are some of these common issues that is faced among these three groups of professions? So these are some sentiments that we have heard through engagement sessions. So sentiments from the ground, as we talk to people, we hear, why are contracts crafted in certain manner? It sounds a bit unfavorable to me. Why are my wages stagnating? I've been attending upgrading, training, and my experience and all that, but my wages don't seem to be growing in tandem. Or for example, at the top right, a common question posed is, why should I upskill then if my wages don't increase? Can procurement process weigh more on my experience than say my price that I offer? And a common sentiment is, hey, why am I treated like a vendor? I'm a co-educator. So these are sentiments that we hear as we do engagement. But these sentiments we hear is not something we hear from coaches only, but it's something also shared by our friends from the fitness and wellness industry. It's also something shared by our friends in the visual and performing arts scene. So if we have these concerns, then shouldn't we come together to be a stronger voice? However, as we advocate for issues, we also want to look inward. So for NICA, we also want to play a role in upholding and outlining standards. Earlier this year, there's a tripartite work group formed. It's a government thing, which released certain recommendations on self-employed persons. We believe that most sports coaches are, if not majority, are self-employed persons. And one of the recommendations was to develop occupation-specific competency frameworks. So I think with frameworks, we also want to look into how these frameworks can correspond to your wages. So NICA would like to also work with stakeholders to outline and uphold framework of professional standards as well as ethical standards. So that's what NICA wants to do. And with these professional standards in place, how then can we help our members, help you upskill? So this is something very related to what Ricky shared about upskilling and training. So all Singaporeans and PR have a $500 skills future credit, which is very useful. And for NICA members and TUC members, we complement that with our UTAP, Union Training Assistant Program. It is a $250 training grant for our members, and it is actually topped up to this amount every year, provided you finish. Provided if you use anything this year, we'll top it up, back up to $250 the following year. So this is something useful, and this is really in support of your lifelong learning journey. Further, we also want to work with industry stakeholders. So for you sports coaches, definitely Coach SG, E2i and government to organize affordable training and masterclass for all our members. So that's something we will be organizing for our members. So this is the support for upskilling. Beyond upskilling, the tripartite work group also shared another recommendation, which is they are concerned about the loss of income due to prolonged medical leave. So for employed persons like me, if I have MC or hospitalization, I'm covered. My basic salary is covered. I have 60 days hospitalization leave, etc. But for many self-employed workers, this is not the case. And if you are out of action for too long, your income can be affected. Hence, NICA actually work with two insurers, Giga Cover, which is underwritten by Ethica, as well as NTUC Income, to roll out a prolonged medical leave insurance for self-employed workers. So you can see the premium table on the left, on your right. This is an example from Giga Cover. So if you are age 21 to 40, the first row, 21 to 40, if you are a NICA member, the first year premium, annual premium, is only $17.55 for the first year premium. So if you join NICA and you sign up for a PML insurance plan with Giga Cover, you pay $17.55, and if in the first year something happens to you, chicken pox or hand, foot, mouth disease, you will be on MC for more than 6 days. On the 6th day onwards, you get $50 per day as loss of income. This is an example. Or if you are hospitalized due to an injury, from the 4th day of hospitalization onwards, you get $50 a day as loss of income. This is not to cover your medical fees at all. This is as a loss of income replacement. You may be wondering, $50, can we go higher? So definitely we can go higher, but this is just an example. So if you want to find out more, you can go to gigacover.com/flip/NICA, or you can approach us outside. So there's actually different coverage for $50 a day, $100 a day, $150 a day. But this is one of the things we are looking into to provide prolonged medical leave insurance coverage for our members and to make it affordable for you. So some of you may also be wondering, we have a Sports Coaches Association as well. So how is NICA and Sports Coaches Association different? So this is actually, the picture on your left is a Facebook post by NICA. It's actually posted just last Friday. SCA recently held an AGM, and NICA was there to also do engagement with them. So in the picture in red, we see Justin. I'm not sure if I think most of you know Justin. And also, Danny is not in the picture, but he's here with us today. So what's the difference between two? Of course, wider representation means SCA focuses on coaches only, but for NICA, clearly we accept instructors from fitness, wellness, and visual and performing arts for stronger voice. And NICA is affiliated to the NTUC. Is affiliated to the NTUC. See, I'm wearing the U. So what does this affiliation to NTUC means? In a nutshell, it means affiliation to NTUC means, I think can use the SS. It means sustainable, because NTUC is committed to this as a long-term endeavor. It will be sustainable, it's scalable because of NTUC existing 900 over 1,000 members network and infrastructure. We can scale NICA as well as NTUC has influence. So that's basically what NTUC affiliation means. How NICA works, it works like any other association with excos, with elections, etc. However, these two are the differences, but SCA and NICA really have similar objectives. We seek the welfare of our workers. We seek the welfare of coaches. This is common to both. And I'm also very happy to share that in NICA, our first leadership committee or pro-tem committee is also made up of SCA's leader. I think Danny is here. Danny is an SCA leader. Maybe Danny, you can stand and just wave to them. So Danny is from SCA, and he also said, hey, I agree with the objective of NICA, and he decided to just come on board as well. So now he's in both places, okay, SCA and NICA. So definitely NICA will work very closely with SCA. So what are some other benefits you will enjoy if you join us? Okay? So these other benefits are NTUC benefits, savings at NTUC social enterprise, over 1,000 merchants. So the most popular things are rebates at FairPrice, Food Fair, Link Points, savings, lifestyle savings, discounts, promotions, cheaper air ticket with Scoot, etc. All this will be pushed out to our members. There will be insurances, not the PML one that I mentioned, but we have standard insurance that covers death and TPD. And as well, grants for hardship and school-going children. So these are existing benefits for NTUC members, and all NICA members will stand to enjoy all of this as well. So with this short sharing, we really hope to have your support by joining us. As you walk in, you have received a few pamphlets, and if you see this foldable pamphlet, red and white, NTUC, this is our registration form. So we will need your help to fill it up and pass it to us outside. So what is the membership fees, etc.? Joining NTUC standard is $9 a month and $18 in December, so a total of $117 for the entire year. Payment will be via Giro, membership card will be mailed to you, and just have a quick show of hands. How many of you are already existing NTUC members? Means you all have the silver card already. Okay, good. I see about 30% of you already have this silver card. And if you already have this silver card and you are not employed in a unionized company, my encouragement to you is for you to do a transfer of your membership to NICA. Whoa, what does a transfer mean? Would there be double payment? Because you are already paying $9, will you be paying 9 plus 9? No. I can assure you we only make one payment, which is $9. Your existing link point rebates will not be affected. There is no break in membership tenure. Transfer to NICA really means you will receive news, benefits, and promotions that's relevant to you as a sports coach. So please take out your form and fill it up. And if you're a new member, just take note that on the last part, there's a Giro portion. Just make sure there's no amendments because the bank will be scrutinizing this page. And if not, this is how you can reach us further. You can either email us at nica@ntuc.org.sg. You can like us on Facebook. You can search either by this URL, NICA Singapore, or you can just search NICA, or National Instructors Coaches Association, and you can find us. And of course, you can share with your friends lah. Okay, what are some of our events that is coming up? In the month of December, early December, we are doing an engagement session, and we are going to open this up to all sports coaches, fitness and wellness instructors, instructors from the visual and performing arts. We'll all come together and we will share more about NICA and what we stand for and what we will do in the year 2019. And in 2019, early 2019, we are going to organize a master class, a class on how to actually use GBs. Okay, some of the coaches or some instructors are actually relying heavily on friends or partners on getting jobs from GBs, and we thought, hey, why not we can actually level up everyone so that we all know, we all can get jobs by ourselves. So these are simple things we are going to do in the next 2 to 3 months. One engagement session in December and one class on how to use GBs in January before Chinese New Year. So with that, I really hope to have your support, because without membership, we cannot be a strong voice for our workers. So if not, thank you so much for the time.